When you're at Lake
Yeah,
Charles,
I would sit out in the US or SUV and put her on the scooter and she'd go in and once she spent $500, she'd come back out and then I would go in and sometimes I could recoup about 2/3 of it. When we went to Las Vegas, $1,000 was our limit to lose. And when we left there, I decided to try the slots out at the airport. I got about $4,500 back, which was, $550 losing is not much money in this day and age. This slot machine that I had been in some type of a flood to where it had about an inch of water in the bottom of it, which didn't affect the circuitry, it just made it look bad. And I don't know whether that could have happened when it was in storage or I don't ever remember any big floods in Reno.
right? And so you would have a key in the back of it and throw in quarters?
Yeah. Oh, I got to where I worked on it. The lights would go out. The bell would quit working.
So you must have had it for a few years.
Yeah, several years. I played it a lot. I had it back there in that back bedroom.
And I guess you don't have to fill it. I mean, if you're playing it and putting quarters in, then that kind of maintains it.
Well, you mean like as long as you're using, it won't freeze up.
Yeah, well, it won't run out of money because you're putting money in it.
Oh, well.
Unless you hit the big one.
If I ran out of money, I think probably $450 worth of quarters. That's a lot of quarters. And that's about all that the container would hold. And so if and when we ran out of money and we lost it all, I had to choose where I could pour it out and start all over.
Yeah.
I never could get anybody else to play it though.
Yeah, it sounds fun. My uncle took me to Las Vegas my 21st birthday, and he was the big winner. I want to say he won $75 in quarters on the slots. That was our big win, and they spit out in that tray. And for when $75 in quarters, that's a long time of ding, 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 ding. I mean, they spit them out one at a time.
Nowadays that part's all gone. It's all.
Oh, well, they print a ticket, right?
And you walk, when you get ready to leave, you just put the paper in the machine and it gives you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Betty walked in. Her brother's the damn gambler up in Missouri.
Shay.
And he went to all the casinos probably within 150, 200 miles radius of Tarkio. And we went up there in Iowa one time to a big old Indian casino. And Betty, well, we were trying to still get orientated. Betty went in and I don't know whether she I think she put $1 in the slot machine. And then she didn't hit. I think she hit $200. So she decided, by God, she's gonna cash out. So at that time, they didn't have the paper deal, you had to go to the cashier's window. And we went to the cashier's window, and I stood behind her. And those people that handle all that cash could really handle it fast. And so, when she got her $200 supposedly, she handed it to me. And after we'd walked away, I counted it. And there was only I can't remember now what they did. The fast change people, they on the bottom of the stack they put a $1 bill instead of a $100 bill. So as soon as I found that out, I'm standing there watching this all happen and didn't realize what was going on. Went back to the cashier and told him about it, and that cashier was on break. So I went to management and told them what had happened. And they presumably reviewed all of the cameras that would have caught the action, and they said everything was good. But she came up $99 short. Maybe it was $1,000 she hit. I think maybe it was. That sure spoiled the day, though.
Mm. Yeah, it's a pretty big jackpot.
But she was ready to take her winnings and walk away. Of course, that's way back when she first started gambling, or wanted to gamble. Up in that area, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, as long as it was on the river water, they had Indian casinos all over the place. When they first opened up gambling up there in Nebraska, they opened it up with the only game they had was Keno.
All right.
I didn't really understand what that was about, but Shay would take us over there and we would play Keno and we always lost our money, and he knew everybody in the county, and he'd say, well, there's Dwayne Dietz over there, he's losing his whole damn farm over here. Because that's all he ever did was gamble.
Mm.
And then he pointed out a couple other people that he knew about too, that they just keep thinking they can go back and get their losing back. But it just don't work that way.
Well, there's a reason why casinos stay in business.
Well, this one didn't last. This one didn't, well, I guess when they started putting in the Indian casinos that had dice tables and slot machines and the whole 6 bits, they went out of business. No, I think everybody was burned out on just one game.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
They had a big restaurant there, and I remember every place you went, you were playing the game. Whether you're sitting there eating breakfast or having steak in the evening, didn't make a difference. So you call these Mexican things, huh?
Yeah, what